with shame, humiliation, and then going down the track of addiction, abuse, and suicide. And so COVID experience has triggered an acceleration in the conversation. And so now we find ourselves in 2021 with an opportunity to share, express compassion, and as your show is talking about, give love, show love. So that's what's quite a duality dance with this topic. On one side, it is incredibly painful and difficult, and people lose hope. Yet on the other side, people like Sivan and your next guest are here to offer a hand, to offer a hug, a virtual hug these days, yet also opportunities to communicate and to learn how to communicate and to make a difference.
And that's the key, isn't it? This is an opportunity to make a difference. And I think our third guest is going to really help kind of keep the three of us lads in check this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our third guest. Tolu, are you there on the line? There we go. This is our gremlins speaking to us now, isn't it? Gentlemen, while we try and secure that connection, let me ask you both. David mentioned in his opening piece there that COVID has amplified our awareness, our conversation. Do you think that the overall focus on men's mental health before COVID was heading in the right direction?
Targeting me?
Go for it, Sivan.
Sivan, you start off, yes.
I don't think not enough. I wouldn't say it wasn't not enough focused in the past. What will happen is, because of that reason, it led more even deeper on the rise of isolation or not being shared or not being open and have a conversation. So right now, nowadays, in the last 1 year, so the suicidal or the isolation or the mental health, or you can name anything, it's actually rising up. And in terms of number of the death or the percentage, it's rising up actually. Not only in one nation or one country, around the world. Not only in one age group or in age category, but also either is more, younger or middle-aged or even seniors. So the mental health is actually booming. That's the sad part, but actually the reality too. We have to face it.
David, when we think about the direction that the conversation was in before COVID, and ultimately it was on the rise, but it wasn't really a focal point. Do you think that we missed some steps in the response as a mental health sector because we weren't having the right conversations right at the very beginning?
Yes, I would actually agree that there wasn't the peak in pain. So what this past year has is that the cracks in our ability to express compassion and patience and kindness, we're just going along. It was just a regular world. And what has happened is that we have had an opportunity to reflect this past year, and isolation and depression and mental illness throughout the board, whether it's schizophrenia, whether it's addictions, have been highlighted. And so people are willing to have conversations. People are willing and able to seek help. Yet, we have noticed, particularly Voice of Men 360, is that we're noticing there's a lot of people having the conversation, yet the ones we want to help are probably still in the cave because they